So I've got a 2022 Vitus Summit here. Got it secondhand. So obviously with every secondhand, you never know the history of the bike. So we've gone through a few bits and pieces. So headset needed changing. Obviously the bike wasn't very well serviced throughout its life, and we had to do the bottom brackets. But we're still getting quite a loud creaking, clicking noise whenever we put pressure through the front of the pedal. Straight down, fine. Front, just a little bit of creaking and movement. So unfortunately, we're not riding. We are going to go through and strip it all back apart and find out why it's making a little bit of noise. So let's have a crack. So these have got the Shimano Dior XT. So they are a Holotech 2. What that means is the fact that we've got a solid tube going through the bottom bracket, so the drive side's fully connected, and then the non-drive side connects onto that shaft by the two pinch bolts holding on the non-drive pedal. So what we're using here is a standard Shimano center bolt undoer, nice and simple. Now that we've got those pinch bolts loose, we lock into the center and we can unscrew this. You can see the Holotech going all the way through. Now that we've got that off, I'm just looking straight through the shaft here and giving it a flex, and I can feel a little bit of movement through there. So that feels like it's not quite seated on the bottom bracket bearings. So might be a case of we'll pull it all apart and then have a look and make sure that nothing's moved in the bottom bracket. Okay, so now we're on the other side. If your bike has a chain guide, you're going to have to remove that to be able to free up both the chain and the front sprocket to be able to get that off, as well as if your rear derailleur has a clutch, you're going to have to make sure that's off to allow for it to come forward. So we'll undo this bolt, get the chain guide away, get the chain off, and then pull out the crank. Okay, so now we've got it out, I'm just going to inspect the splines and make sure there isn't any wear or any loose bits on the actual crank itself. So having a look, there doesn't seem to be any visible wear on any of these teeth around here. And pulling up the other non-drive side, we can see that there isn't any loss of teeth or any significant wear inside there. As you can see, it's all been freshly greased when I put it together yesterday. So the reason why I'm checking the splines is the fact that this is where we can mechanically grip onto the Holotech between. This is where all that force goes through. So I weigh 90 kilos. I'm putting a lot of force through this connection point. So that's why we could be seeing a little bit of creaking and noise when it comes to applying pressure through the pedals. Only thing else it could be when it comes to the hardware is the bottom brackets. But like we said, we've just changed this out for a Hope bottom bracket. So it's very unlikely to be. But just feeling around and pressing on the inside of the bearing and giving it a swirl just to see if we can feel any crunches or knocks inside. But we've done both sides. They seem super smooth because they're brand new. I don't want to say it, but as this is a second-hand bike, it could be a crack in the carbon fibre at the bottom of the frame. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Add a comment in the bottom. That would really help us out.